Worthy ones, you have to be willing to say no. A lot of us are afraid to say no to things that we don't want to be a part of, and instead we just go along with things because we want people to be happy. We don't want to upset people. And what eventually happens is the thing we say yes to costs us more than we ever imagined. I remember when I was in the corporate world and I got an email from one of my managers say, Gene, we need you to come to this meeting that we have in this afternoon. And I didn't know what the meeting was for, so I sent a message to another guy who had my same position, and I asked him, I said, hey man, are you going to the meeting this afternoon? He said, what meeting? Nobody told me about the meeting. I said, oh really? So I sent it to another person that had the job like me, and I said, are you going to the meeting? She said, no, what meeting are you talking about, Gene? I said, the meeting that we were supposed to go to this afternoon. And after I sent email after email, everybody kept saying they didn't know what meeting I was talking about. Well, when it got time to the meeting, I got a call from my manager. She said, hey, Gene, we need you to go to the meeting. And I was like, okay, I'll head down there. And when I got there, I walked inside of the actual meeting room, and the clinical specialist, which was the person I was doing the meeting with, she told me to close the door. She said, Gene, sit down. I want to tell you something. I said, first of all, what's this meeting about? She said, I'm about to tell you. Listen, the corporation got themselves in a tough situation. One of the executives wrote a program for kids, and we don't do a kids program. Well, executives look into your background, they see that you are a certified physical education teacher, so they want to try to use you to implement the program while we're trying to get everything smoothed out. And I looked at my clinical specialist. I said, that's illegal. We do not coach kids. See, that's why I'm telling you. If I was you, Gene, I would say no to this program. I wouldn't do it. And that's what I had to do, make up in my mind. Am I going to go along with what these people asking me to do that I know is illegal? Am I going to be nice? Am I going to do things to make people like me? Or am I going to stand my ground and say no because I knew it was the right thing to do? And by saying yes to this situation, it can cost me so much in the long run. If the program don't go where it's supposed to go, if somebody's child get hurt, I can find myself in the middle of a lawsuit because I wasn't willing to say no. So I went back to my cubicle and I thought about this over and over again. Man, I know my manager's gonna ask me how the meeting was with my clinical specialist, and they're supposed to be scheduling some of these calls with me with these people's kids. Now, I'll be talking to the parent, but I'll be coaching the kid through the parent. And I was so nervous about it. And I was like, man, this is my job, what I'm gonna do. If I say no, they probably gonna fire me. But I knew it was the right thing to do. So my manager called me. She said, Gene, are you ready for the first call? And I said, listen, I am not doing that program. That program is illegal. We do not coach kids. You all are not about to use me because some executive went sold a program that this corporation does not have. She said, but Gene, you have to do the program. We pay you. I said, I quit this job today. Y'all can fire me. I am not doing that program. No. And you know what eventually happened? Because they knew it was an illegal program they was asking me to do, and because I said no and I stood my ground, what they decided to do is tell that corporation what actually happened, and I never ever did that program. You see, when you are trying to please people, when you say yes to things that can cost you in the long run, it's not going to help you. It's going to diminish your confidence. It's going to cause you not to believe in yourself. And people will take advantage of you any opportunity they get. So I want to encourage you to say no. Stand to your no. Don't be afraid if people get upset with you. Stop being nice, going on with things that you know you don't feel are the right things to do. Instead, say no. Stand your ground. Despite what people say, what people think, say no because you are worthy to be great.